Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to give you my review of the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 4, The Gathering Storm. In the first part of the episode we see Boba Fett wandering on the back of a bantha sometime after the loss of his Tusken companions at the hands of the Nikto gang. Boba Fett arrives at Jabba the Hutt's palace to investigate the last place he left his ship, the Slave One. Peering through the scope of a circular rifle, he sees a few Nikto guards and a couple of Gamorreans passively patrolling the perimeter. Heading back to the bantha, he sighs and informs her that there are still too many guards, and he heads back out into the dunes. He sits at the campfire where he shares his dinner with the bantha until he notices a shooting of the bright flares in the distance. When he arrives at the site, Fett finds an unconscious and dying Fennec Shand. Fett rides with Shand hitched over the bantha to a mod parlour on the outskirts of Mos Eisley, where he sees a group of modded youths hanging around outside the entrance. He carries Shand into the building where the mod artist of the shop is at work on another person. The mod artist turns to Fett and Fett tells him that Shand requires modification. The mod artist rebuffed for not having an appointment. Fett then drops a bag of credits onto the table, stresses that Shand is about to die. The mod artist agrees and replaces the area damaged by a gut shot on Shand's body with complicated cybernetics. We see Boba back with the bantha at the campfire some time later. Shand awakens painfully. As her vision sharpens, she notices Fett tending to the fire and the bantha sitting comfortably nearby. With difficulty she props herself up onto an elbow as Fett cracks a black melon open. He gives her one to her and tells her to drink, but she first asks him what happened to her. Fett informs her that she was dying, but that he had also saved her life. She looks down at her own torso, only to notice the writhing cybernetics in the place that used to be her gut area. Demanding to know what Fett had done to her, he tells her about the mod parlour at Mos Eisley, which was the best he could do for her considering the circumstances. He then tells her to drink from the black melon, saying that it will aid her recovery. Raising it to her lips, Shand recoils in disgust at the smell, but after Fett reassures her that although it takes time getting used to it, that one can also crave for it after a time, she manages to drink from it. Fett identifies her as the master assassin Fennec Shand of the Mid-Rim, to which Shand assumes that her bounty is higher with her alive. Fett confirms this, although Shand immediately offers him more than double the price on her head. He tells her that he is not after money. She asks him who he is, and although Fett answers, she dismisses this and reminds him that Boba Fett is dead. Fett agrees with her that he indeed was left for dead on the sands of Tatooine, just as she was. He tells her of how the Tuskens rescued him and accepted him into their tribe, only to wind up dead after he attracted the attention of a gang of Nikto speedbikers. Fett tells her that he wants her help to recover his starship. Shand asks after its location, but after Fett tells her, she informs him that Bib Fortuna has taken the place over. She asks him why he does not simply ask for the ship's return, since it is his property. Fett reveals that he may not like the response. Shand has Fett assured her that if she helps him, her debt to him will be considered repaid. Fennec and Boba arrive at the palace and send in a small flying drone scout to see what's going on inside, and find it crawling with guards. Taking the silent approach, they creep through the sewers and pop up in the palace kitchens. There's a sushi chef droid who starts twirling his knives around like General Grievous, only for Fennec to chop his head off. Right before Boba goes full Looney Tunes, as he chases a rabbit droid around the pots and pans. Once Boba catches him, the droid unwinds and switches himself off. We see this droid again in the present day later in the episode. Making it to the garage, Fennec fends off the Gamorrean guards while Boba starts the engine of Slave One, giving her the hero shot as she shoots the weights, holding the door closed just in time. Next time we stick to the plan, says Fennec, now part of the team, Her motives for settling down seems even murkier than Boba's, but Star Wars has always been about rogue agents realizing what's worth fighting for. In Boba's case, it's still all about revenge. Boba then uses Slave One to attack the gang on their speeder bikes. He kills more than 30 of them. In one of the show's most cold-blooded scenes of murder. The scene we see Boba Fennec arrive at the Sarlacc Pit. At first I thought he was going to shoot at it for revenge for being in his stomach for so long. Boba arrives thinking that his armor is still somewhere inside the Sarlacc's gut, so he flies his ship very close over it. Suddenly the Sarlacc wakes up and starts eating the ship, forcing Fennec to drop a seismic charge in its mouth and killing the Sarlacc instantly. Next scene we are back in Mos Espa. First Boba goes into the cantina where Black Chrysanthemum starts attacking some Trandosian gamblers and ripping off an arm of one of them. Trandosians and Wookiees, in case anyone doesn't know, are mortal enemies. The Trandosians hunt Wookiees for sport. You can see this in one of the episodes in the Clone Wars series. It is a fantastic scene that uses the pieces that the show has put into play. When Boba walks outside, he hires Chrysanthemum. It feels like an inevitable team-up that should have happened in last week's episode. Boba then brings the heads of Tatooine's varying factions together, trying to forge an alliance against the Pike Syndicate. Boba asks them to help him attack the Pikes, but they're not convinced, even when they realize they're all sitting over the Rancor pit. Eventually they agree to remain neutral. This means Boba won't have to worry about being stabbed in the back by the other families. We then see them leave with their speeders back to Mos Espa. We see Boba and Shand at the top of the tower looking at them, leaving. Boba says to Fennec, "What I am short on is muscle," but she replies, "Credits can buy muscle, if you know where to look." Once she says that, we hear the theme music of The Mandalorian, which hints at the coming of the fan favorite Din Djarin. This has been one of my favorite episodes so far. We didn't see the Skittle Speeder gang this week, but we get to see how Boba and Fennec meet. We are finally starting to see things heating up for the final 3 episodes, which I've heard are going to blow our minds. Hopefully this is Hollywood hype that is true. Overall, I'm enjoying this series, apart from the last week's one, which I didn't like the speeder bike scene, which of what I've seen on reviews has not been very well received. But not all episodes on TV series are perfect, and you are expected a dud every once in a while. I strongly believe we will start to see some of the bounty hunters from The Empire Strikes Back appearing in the final few episodes, not just Din. Maybe we might get a surprise cameo from Mace Windu in the final episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and until the next time, may the Force be with you.